This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
A very good morning to you and welcome to Keeping Up with the National Assembly. This is a program that we're doing side by side with our friends at Order Paper. And on this segment of Now Breakfast, we look at the National Assembly, the places where the laws are made, and we bring into focus the key bills, the key movers, as well as what it will mean for Nigeria. This morning, we're joined by the Senior Program Executive at Order Paper, Miss Regina Korinjo. Regina, good morning and thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Good morning, Steve. Glad to be here with you this morning.
Fantastic.
Good morning to our listeners as well.
Regina, can you give us a sense of what bills or what conversations were had in the National Assembly this week?
Okay, so for this week, I'll start with the House of Representatives. We had like let's say 15 bills. That's between Tuesday and Wednesday of January. Some were not taken, some were stepped down. We'll go into details as we speak. So the bills ranged from constitution alteration to establishment of medical health centers, amendments to the Electoral Act, amongst others. And then for the Senate, we had initially there were 5 bills for Tuesday. However, those were steps down, so the Senate would have a closed door meeting with service chiefs, which started from the previous week. And so that was completed Tuesday. And on Wednesday, the order paper for the day had about 8 bills from the Senate, as in addition to the 5 bills that were stepped down from that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they took 8 of those bills, so 3 additional bills were added to the 5. And those bills ranged from, again, creation of federal medical health centers. We had NAFDAC amendments. We had, again, Electoral Act amendment, the North West Development Commission, amongst others.
So, Ms. Gorinjo, I mean, that's quite a few bills to go through. I want us to perhaps explore the more important ones. Last week, a week ago or so, we spoke on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, so we'll step that down. Let's look at the constitutional alterations, the bills that are being presented in that regard, and speak to us about the specific aspects that have been presented to the floor.
Okay, so like I said, one of the bills that generated some sort of heated debate in the House on Tuesday, was the constitution alteration, particularly that was sponsored by Rep. Ononuga. So
Oriyomi Ononuga from Ogun State, I believe.
Exactly. So she was seeking that the constitution be amended, that specific political offices, have an upgrade in terms of the quality of education, or rather the qualification before members or persons can be elected into such offices. So whereby currently you have the school, the minimum threshold being the school leaving certificate, right? First school leaving certificate. She was requesting that these be upgraded, being that, for you to be able to hold such an office, you should have a higher level of education. And right, so this generated a lot of debate before the House on Tuesday, where you had lawmakers practically shouting her down that, first of all, she was speaking to the bill that she was reading it out, right? That was where they first came in, but then the presiding officer at the time, which was Deputy Speaker of the House, also said she had the right to sort of refer to her bill. And then moving forward, we had arguments such as, education is not as important as what the person has to offer. So a higher quality of education really does not say much, or it's not something that the House should consider in terms of the bill. We had some lawmakers from certain part of the the country say, well, the basic education for them is probably Quranic education and all of that. So what do you do with those kind of people? It would be unfair to say they have a higher level of education. So it was very interesting to look at in terms of, oh wow, this is the thought process for these people that were opposing the bill.
So let me ask you this, because I understand that she had to withdraw the bill eventually. Do you get a sense that perhaps she will reintroduce it?
Well, for the time being, we cannot tell, because it would almost seem as if there was some sort of, she was cowed into it. Just like you said, she had to withdraw the bill at the end of the day. Reasons were not given, but then she stepped down the bill, and then
Ms. Korenjo,
we're hopeful that yes.
I do apologize.
Okay.
No, please finish your thought.
I was just going to say, we're hopeful that she reintroduces the bill, because it is an important bill, so to speak.
Right. Since we're still with the lower house, there's also talk about a parliamentary system of government. It's a bill that was pushed at the parliamentary, at the lower house this week. Are there any thoughts you can share with us regarding this particular bill?
Okay, at this point, not much is known about the bill, so it was just slated for first reading, which is just basically a mention of the long title. But then as time goes forward, we'll be able to dig deeper into that bill.
Right. Well, let's see what's happening in the Senate as far as this week is concerned. What stood out for you amongst all the conversations?
Okay, so basically, like I said, for Tuesday, it was a closed door meeting with service chiefs, of which they've come out and given a vote of confidence in terms of security matters with the meeting that they had with the service chiefs. However, one of the major things that stood out for the Senate, not much was taken. Like I said, it was just plenary was just largely for yesterday. For Tuesday, we also had some swearing in of some of the senators that had gotten political appointments and some that had been sacked by the appeal court. We have all details of that on our website, waterpaper.com.ng. Sorry, and we also have an important bill. Maybe if we have time, we'll just run through that. The social media bill that was in the House. That's what it's known as the cyber crime bill, but then we also know it as social media bill, right? To regulate social media usage and all of that. That was not the other paper, but then it was sort of snuck in, and it also created some sort of rowdiness in the House. But then it was stepped down again because no copies were made available for lawmakers, and so that was not taken. But that's an important one that we should keep an eye out for. So yeah, like I said, for the Senate, really not much was taken at Senate. That we also had a panel was set up for the constitution review at the Senate, and likewise, again, like I said, vote of confidence for the service chiefs after a 9-hour session with them. So basically the roundup for the Senate.
Ms. Kojina, thank you very much for speaking with us today. That was Regina Korenjo, beg your pardon. She is the Senior Program Executive at Other Paper, and every week on Keeping Up with the National Assembly, Other Paper joins us to discuss bills that were put forward at the both chambers of the National Assembly to bring you up to date with what's going on as far as our lawmakers and our laws are concerned, so that you can have an informed view of what's going on in Nigeria.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.